As a triathlete, December is an off season for us. I had my last race this season being Ironman Arizona in November, and right after that I took 2.5 weeks off. Now I'm getting back to training for the 2023 season, and I think every athlete should do this. Since I'm getting back into the season, I did a solid 1.5 weeks of training so far, just easy, light build up, and this week is all about baseline testing. We're gonna test my swim, bike, and run. We're gonna be testing some anaerobic, aerobic, VO2 max, threshold, all these testing this week. The point is to see what your levels are right now. Do a couple weeks, couple months of training where you are at then, and then more, couple weeks, couple months, mid-season of race, so you can track your progress throughout the 2023 season. Before we get started in this week's testing, I'd like to thank you all for 5,000 subscribers on this channel. Thank you so much. I got a lot of messages from you guys about my turning pro story, and I really do appreciate it. I took a poll on Instagram, what should I do with 5,000 subscribers special? A 5K run, 5-mile bike, 5K swim. The 5K swim won, but unfortunately I will not be doing a 5K swim at this point because I don't want to get injured. My swimming level is not where it's at right now, but maybe later. The first thing we'll do today, Monday, is a 1,000 meter swim, and then 5 to 10 minute break, 100 meter swim. Based on my style of racing, a half Ironman, which is a 1.2 mile swim, which is a 1900 meter. So 1000 meter is a little more suitable instead of doing a 5000 meter swim, but I'd love to do a 5000 meter swim at some point once I'm a little fit, so I don't get any shoulder injuries. So let's head to the pool and do this 1000 meter swim and 100 free to kick off this baseline test week. That completes the swim testing. 11:42 for the 1000 meter swim, which was very painful, and then a 59-second 100 meter freestyle. I took the 1000 meter swim in a 1:02, the first 100 meters, so I do know I have the takeout speed. Now I just have to work on the endurance, and I am very unfit, as you can see, but it is a baseline, and I'm excited to keep progressing and get back into shape. The next thing we got on the test schedule is some power tests. We're gonna do a bike profile power with 10 seconds, 2 rounds, a 30-second max out effort, 3 minute, and then a 20-minute all out, hold as much power as you can on the bike. We have 3 of the bikes set up. That is Will's bike right there. This is my bike. And I recently just got the Stages indoor bike trainer last night, so I had to set it up and try to get this because Jonathan will also be riding with us. And there'll be one more person, John Couch. So we're gonna have a squad of 4 this morning.
Go! Let's go! Come on! Push!
This bike test I think was probably more painful than the swim. I did the bike test the next day, right after the 1,000 meter and 100 meter swim time trial. Here are the results. 10-second power out of the two, I got 931 watts. 30-second power, 630 watts. 3-minute power, 331 watts. And a 20-minute power, a 257 watts. At 70.3 Waco, I pushed 275 watts for 2 hours and 8 minutes. And yet this 20-minute test, I pushed 257. I also had 10-second, 30-second, 3-minute power test right beforehand, so it kind of affected me a little. So the goal for next year is to push 300 watts for the 70.3 half Ironman bike split. That should get me around the low, very close to 2 hour mark. My CDA, which is the coefficient of drag, it's very high, and I want to reduce that. I want to get more aero on the bike. So with the CDA going down, power going up, that should get me very close to 2 hours. To make that 300 watts for the half Ironman, I probably would need a 380 watt, 20-minute average power. 95% of that is 360. So 360 would be my FTP. 85% of 360 is just above 300. The FTP I was working with when I was doing 70.3 Waco with 330, and I hit 275, which is around 85%. So 380 is one of my goals for the 20-minute power on the bike for next year. I also did a 1 hour aerobic bike test where you keep it just under your aerobic heart rate, which is about 155 for me. The point of this test is to see how many watts you can push for 1 hour on the bike below your aerobic capacity. And I ended up doing an average of 207 watts. I started around 220, ended around just above 200, maybe a little less, averaging 207 for the hour. About a couple months ago when I was in shape, I could probably do around 235 for an hour. But now, since I took 2.5 weeks off, I got some work to do. The run test I ended up doing was a treadmill run test for 6 miles on the treadmill. You do a 15-minute warm up, you reset your watch, reset the treadmill, and go for 6 miles. I started at 8 miles per hour, kind of went up to 8.4 miles per hour, ended at 7.6 miles per hour. Total time, 46 minutes and 40 seconds. That is a 7:47 minute per mile pace with an average heart rate of 153. My cadence was also at 179, which is one step right under the magic 180 number everyone's cadence should be. My aerobic heart rate is 180 minus your age. I'm 25 years old. 180 minus 25 is 155. So ideally I should be just under 155 heart rate for this test. I can go a little bit higher if I wanted, but I just wanted to stay under. And if the heart rate goes up too high, like hitting 160, then I would reduce the speed and my heart rate would go down. So this will test you aerobically, know the difference between your starting speed and your ending speed, and see how fast you can run 6 miles, keeping it just under your aerobic capacity. Overall, testing week went pretty smooth. Everything was okay. I have my baseline, and now I'm ready to crush 2023, and hopefully all of you are ready to do the same. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.